Welcome to the adventures of Mereak Firmaxe, a character created in 1988 for tabletop role-playing games and later computer games. Thank you for joining me on an adventure today. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit like and subscribe below and leave me a comment. Today we'll be looking at the review of the Alpha Sandbox that was released on April 4th, 2024. It is the second update, version 1.2.0.137922. So Mereak Firmaxe played in the sandbox a little bit, and I had some great experiences and observations, and I've had some major disappointments. And I'm going to share those with you today. The bottom line up front, I think the game is improving, and I am extremely excited about to see what this game has in the future. So, before I played the game for the first time, because I used mods in my previous videos for fat stacks and such, and pause, I deleted the game and reinstalled and put back my save files. So this is a clean install. I also cleared my NVIDIA graphics card cache, making sure that it was as clean as possible so I did not have any issues. At this point there are no mods installed, though I am carrying a backpack full of stacked resources. Creating my game with a world seed, took a random seed. I didn't know if that was a prefixed one, so I decided to take a random one. And there's the sandbox. It is separate from your campaigns. I think they refactored some of the environments, and they don't want them mixing. That would be my guess, because the new buildings only use pieces that you can actually build. So the beginning part is very much the same as the other game, except no auric, and there is a smaller tutorial. I chose to play the game on hard, considering I was already geared and I was equipped. So I tested real fast to see if I could destroy some of the things here that weren't easily destroyed before. Some of them you can, some of them obviously you can't. And I'll just get the tutorials out of the way real quick. I speed up the video in parts, so if you suddenly see it accelerate, I did that on purpose, trying to do this first part quickly. But I wanted to show the beginning part in particular because it is exactly the same. So you get up, you tunnel your way out. I started off wanted to be completist, but it's asking me to make a pickaxe, which I did, and I immediately dropped it on the ground because I don't need it. So I started out doing that, but then because I wanted to get through the game and test it all out, I accelerated. You can destroy those still, which is good. Destroy those pieces. Alright, just quickly move through here. I want to show you where you wind up. So just like before, you have to build a platform. It's part of that very beginning tutorial. That part is the same. But after that, nothing's there. So though the building is somewhere on the board for the first camp, Ori's camp, it is not equipped anymore. the tutorial ends after this part. Oh, this is the first bug. No longer can you put two right next to each other. Sometimes you have to overlap. So I'll be reporting this bug as an issue. You get used to it. It's slightly annoying. And there you are. You're not in Kansas anymore, and it is not like the other game. It is completely and utterly random. Now on the map you can see, it'll show you where the musicons are, it'll show you where the monuments are, it'll show you where the orc towns are, and they're on the level you're on. Alright, this is the new style 2-pillar room. I love the look. I hate what they did to the room. The look is fantastic. The resources are spilled out. You get to climb over them. It's like they collapsed. Visually appealing. A lot of fun to take care of. Some of the walls are rough hewn, which if you're going to build in here is a little annoying, but not horrible. What is horrible is they took the four corners of the room and made them unbuildable. If you look here to the right and left, you'll notice that they're the hard walls you can't break through. Now, I have to tell you, between that and the excessive amount of statues, and you see, as soon as you fix a statue, you get the piece, the helmet, or whatever it is, and that was a new helmet. But anyway, that four-corner, 2-pillar room, the four corners, is a problem. Alright, that was my first crash for no explained reason whatsoever. So I rapidly restarted. Don't forget to hit Sandbox or you'll get a little confused. So I do not like what they did. Very few rooms do we have as large build areas, and those 2-pillar rooms were the largest that weren't like a great forge or you know, in the lower Dwarrowdelf area, the Desolation, which no longer exists. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit here. You'll notice I eventually found the Doors of Durin, and so you'll see you can go over here and you will find Ori's camp, except it'll be empty. Unfortunately, didn't get many cranberries. I think I got like 2 patches, which was unfortunate. And it's empty, but it is here. I mean, if you wanted to use it, you can use it. Some of the camps are there, some of them are not. Alright, this is one of the new biomes. It's the Elven Workshops. These are pretty. They look nice. They have mines in some of these areas below your feet, and there's a cave below them that you can get in and out of. There are multiple what I called cranberry houses, except they have no cranberries for some reason. Mine had almost none. Now this is the forge that's normally the Narvi forge in the Elven area. It's just in a room. I really wish they kept the beautiful room. It just doesn't fit here. Those doors and balcony areas, they don't lead to anything. They're just blanked off. They kept some of the areas that were wonderful looking. The great giant area outside of the crypt, gone. The desolation, the bridge, gone. This area, gone. I didn't like that. However, this game plays fresh. You never know where anything is. It it does feel better. The controls they give you over the difficulty are fantastic. They have real. You can change them live, and they have real effects. So, yeah, uh, they made some fantastic changes. Now, remember, if you bring materials with you, you have to build things to unlock. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm building stuff, destroying it, and unlocking things. All right, so opening the forge happens the same way. You pick up the 3 parts and you put it together. Lighting in the game is a little off too. Now I'm old and I'm getting cataracts. Now I have HDR displays. I have uh, good quality video card, but it is a little dark. I have the gamma turned all the way up. Yeah, you can see that balcony literally needs nowhere for some reason. So some of the areas they kept and they're still just as beautiful as they were. Other areas they just completely destroyed. Unfortunately, some of the best areas to build are gone. And to me, being a big builder, that's incredibly disappointing. Now, I guess I'll get into that. Now, for some reason, the bug didn't happen here, but it does happen elsewhere. I'm going to just stop the speed and let people watch the Narvi forge light up. I love when the forges light. I think they're gorgeous. Yeah. And of course you get your horde attack. Alright, here's that area I was talking about in the Elven Quarter. Well, it's not a quarter, it's an area now on the map. You have the ability to dig down, which I thought was nice. You come across some mushrooms. I was looking there to see if they were poisonous. They are not poisonous in this area. They have changed the effect of the poison. Oh, and the refuse on the ground now has a green fog around it. It is not poisonous. I did build a little base down there and a little cabin up on the top just to see what it was like. This aura effect while singing, do not like that. That fisheye effect is annoying. I'd like to turn off the fisheye effect. There's a little water feature down there. Now, it's basically you can mine out, other than the hard rock surfaces and pillars or whatever, you can mine out the entire underneath of the square. That whole tile. There's usually 4 openings that's pretty consistent. Some of them have nice borders around the openings, like this one that you saw. Others just have a hole. I don't know why they did that. I don't know. Artist's choice, I guess. Alright, so obviously I've been exploring, and I'm going to add the map to the end of this, and you'll see. I was shocked, but this is the crossroads, and the ranger camp is here with the Miravar recipe. Unfortunately, you cannot make the Miravar recipe until you get the ability to make the still. I was thinking maybe they should reorder them a little bit to give you one that it'd be a little more useful as opposed to one that you can't make. So looks like I picked up a little bit of a siege here. Now just to show you, this is one of the areas they kept. This room is the same. That is the crossroads of Zirikzil, Zirikzil, and Barabinazar is not, if I'm saying that right, is not near you. It is a completely different place. So this is what the first level looks like when all is said and done. Now I did have, obviously, black diamonds with me. The map is laid out by color now. There are default colors, and then there's colorblind colors for those that are colorblind. The Muzikans are labeled. The statues of Durin are labeled. The orc towns are labeled. You'll see the orc town is red. It's interesting. You come across a cavern where those two camps next to one another behind the wooden gate was always what you fought at the beginning. It's always at the end now. The stairs, which I should describe to you, are pretty interesting. So there are first stair, second stair, third stair. I don't think I found a fourth stair. I might have. It's kind of all blending together. But it took me a while to figure it out. So first off, in case you hadn't seen the pictures, and I'll have video of this later, the stairwells are large shafts filled with stairs, ladders, platforms, huge holes. Real OSHA non-compliant death trap. Then each of those stairwells connects to levels. Okay, so there's stairs, first stair, second stair, third stair. Those are stairwells. And then there are levels that they connect to. That confused me because the names on the top of the map do not correspond to the names in the fast travel anymore. Okay, so some levels, so first level, second level, third level, etc., sometimes have more than one floor. And the map no longer grays out what's above or below you, which is a problem, and I think I'm going to report that as a bug. Because it's hard to tell. Now, anyway, the first stair, stairwell number 1, connects to level 1, 2, and 3, where 3 for me had 2 floors, which I labeled A and B. So don't think of 2 had 2 is the second floor has 2 levels. It is a collection of levels, and it just the stairways lead to them. It's not until I found the 3rd level I found out that there's a 3rd stairwell that connects to the 4th level. So the naming convention here is incredibly odd. There is the front, the Dimroll Gate. There is the other Ranger Camp, just as it is. It was interesting, and I'll show it in another video, seeing a different perspective with the dragon attack. That was kind of interesting. Now, in lore, east to west, which you see the 2 gates, one on each side, the east and the western gate. In fact, you come in the western gate, or you're trying to break into the western gate, and you get knocked into the Moria, and you're trying to leave to the east. So it's oriented right on the map. And it's supposed to be 40 miles across. That is not 40 miles. But it is, to me, the sandbox seems bigger. And it is much less confusing to navigate, which are huge bonuses. Those 3-level rooms, the big pits with the cave-ins, and each one of the faces on 3 levels could have an exit, so there's 12 possible exits that you find as you dig down deeper, like in Berzinabar. That doesn't exist in this, which is kind of a shame. I actually enjoyed those. I know a lot of people didn't, but I wouldn't mind a couple of them to return. Alright, this is it for video 1, and I'll try to do a summary of the others as we go forward. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you again soon on the adventures of Mereak Firmaxe, playing in the sandbox.